back. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I know I needed about 10 hours with this incredible woman, Coach Sonia, that's my guest right here on Real Sense Now. She's an inspiration. She's helped a ton of people, adding value, working on moving their business to heights and levels that they've never experienced before, working on their personal brands, and more importantly, impacting their life and the people that they love around them. Sonia, this section of this episode is going to be really fun because I love playing games too. I saw this and I really want to share this with you first, okay? And I want our listeners to try and participate as well in this exercise. So I want you to imagine a white canvas, right?
Yes.
And I want you to tell me, by painting it, what Coach Sonia's mental state looks like today.
Wait, let's tell your listeners to turn the volume back on.
Oh,
you know, because
sorry,
commercial break.
listeners, turn your volumes up.
Oh, so you're speaking my love language. I'll tell you why. I'm obsessed with whiteboards. It's like this blank Canva is, if you see my office in Montreal, all there is whiteboards. If you know, what I do is I build strategies for people and it's a whiteboard. So let me rock out what my head looks like from this whiteboard. For me, the mindset right now, it's like I'm on a train. It's like I'm on a train and it is like, it's going. And I'm so focused and I'm in such mastery and I know exactly where we're going. And I hit such a momentum where I've proven myself because I told people what I was going to do. I turned my Instagram on. I shared it on my stories. And now it's years that I'm achieving what I said I was going to do. So two things happened. One is I trusted myself in a huge way. I became who I wanted to be completely without judging myself. Like, even if I made mistakes, I'm like, oh, well, fuck that. I messed up here. It's all good. So now the train is on such a pace because I feel it. And what happens now in my head is I'm in mastery level. What does that mean? That means that if anything tries to get me off that rail, it's out. It's out. It's like, oh, something wrong with my kid. Boom, deal with it, back on. Oh, something wrong with my business, deal with it, back on.
Oh,
somebody said something, boom, back on. That's not even like, So imagine this. Here's what happens to people. It's like every time there's a little something they're triggered, it's like you're 1% off, 1% off, 1% off. But imagine where you're going to be after 30 days if you don't get yourself back on that train. So for me, my whiteboard is so completely focused and clear of global impact. And now it's just like, watch me go, baby. Either you hop on my train, there's a lot of space in the back.
Or see you later.
A lot of space. There's a tribe that's coming. But if not, you're going to watch the train go by. And I'm going to tell you that I'm going to go by. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. And then you have two options. Hop on, jump on, and we go together. Or you're just going to go, shit, I missed the train.
Oops, we're not supposed to say that.
Okay. And I'll still love you and I'll still cheer for you. And I'll be the one that's going to go, I don't know when the next one is coming, but I told you.
So talking about business mastery, let's get in. This is going to be rapid fire round. I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions. It's going to be a fun game. This game is called the identity game. So listeners, I want you to play along too. If you were a brand, which I know you are, what are the 3 words that you would use to describe yourself? And how would you communicate that to your target audience? Because when the listeners listen to this, they're going to use your example as an example and they're going to apply it to start to make that change in their life today, right now.
Easy. Okay, this is easy money. I like this. Okay. My brand stands for 3 core values, that's what I speak about, your pillars. The pillar number 1 about my brand is impact. That means anything that I do, I'm going to impact. How I build the messaging of impact into it is I lead by example. And you will see me go on global stages, take people on retreats. I show people that what I jump with, the collaborations I do with, needs to impact other people. That's number 1. Number 2 is tribe. I speak of my community at all times because I believe that I don't just scale up alone. I bring people with you. And then what I do, how I communicate that is community, it's values, it's come play. I do massive live events. I do massive virtual events, and I take people on retreats, on experience, my Tribe 48. My whole brand is Coach Sonia and Tribe. So that's my third one. Number three is family. Like family is such an important pillar and it is such an important value because I believe that without relationships and without family, we're missing out. So what that is I'll showcase that. It's very messy. You'll see my kids running around in whatever it is that I do. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay to show messy because I don't believe that life should be perfect. And I believe that we need to show the importance of relationships because nothing, zero, if you don't have the right people to share it with.
I love it. Okay. More on personal brand because I think this is so important in the world that we live in. Listeners, whatever you do in your life is your personal brand. It is who you are. It's how you communicate that with the world. So this game is called Building a Personal Brand. If you were to create a personal brand, how do you communicate it to stand out amongst a crowded sea of people that are doing the exact same thing that you're doing?
Turn the volume up. Easy money. This is like child's play, this game, but cool. Let's do it. Number one is I'm going to ask you core questions for your audience to think about. Number one is, why are people, ask yourself these questions. Why are people going to follow me? Why? Are you going to entertain them? Are you going to educate them? Like, what does your brand actually stand for? Okay, that's number one. Number two is, who is your target audience? That means I build personal brands to monetize, meaning this isn't like for your uncles and aunts and like stick to Facebook. On Instagram, what we're going to speak to is how do we build a personal brand so that you can attract your dream clients, get them into to convert into your products or services. So that's a completely different strategy. So what I want you to look at is like, who is your target audience? Who are they? So that you can start messaging directly to that audience. And then I want you to find your X factor. What you speak about is that it's why you, like, why are people going to follow you? What do you have to give to your audience to give them so much value? And that, my friends, if you can't find your X factor, we have a bit of mindset work to do. But once you do, that becomes your X factor. And that becomes why you need to authentically share your message, your life, your brand, everything. It's authentic and it's you.
I wish I had a cowbell. I wish I had something that made a lot of noise. So I'm just going to go air horn. Doo, 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 doo. Good job on that one. Today, storytelling, authenticity is so important. How do you encourage the clients to infuse that authenticity into their brand story? A lot of people are just afraid to get on camera and speak and communicate and connect. What do you tell them?
So I understand that. I get it. And I have a lot of compassion and love for that. However, it's really, really not working for you because imagine right now, as we're doing this, I've posted stories on it. And guess what? I have 140,000 followers on Instagram that have no idea who you were. But after today, my people are going on my stories and going, hold on. I believe in Sonia. I trust Sonia. I follow Sonia. She's my ride or die. If she says that you're phenomenal, that we play together, we hang together, I'm on your radio show, guess what's going to happen? They're going to click to your account. However, if you have not built your personal brand to a level where it is clear, it is aligned with my personal brand, my audience will not convert for you. So it is extremely important for all of your listeners listening that they are missing out. They're missing out by not taking their audience on the journey with you because it's no longer about these sales pitchy thing. People buy from people that they love, not like, love and trust. And the way to build their love and their trust is from you to authentically share your journey, authentically share who you roll with. What does your lifestyle look like? What is it a day in the life? Like your conversion happens on your stories. It doesn't happen on your posts. So if you're out there just trying to be like, sell my stuff, buy my stuff, it's not there. Your super fans are on your stories and in your highlights. So build your highlights as funnels and go in and convert your audience and your super fans from your stories.
You heard that. Build your funnels through the highlights on your Instagram. Use it as a platform, as a way to generate that community, the leads that you want, the business that you want to create, and more importantly, the life that you want to create. Guys, everything Sonia is saying is the secret to your success. It is that scaled, that tips between fear and courage. And believe me, the difference between one side of the spectrum and the other, meaning fear and courage, is literally the story that you tell yourself. It's removing that inner critic in your life in order to get that common negative thought out of the way and start to demonstrate the kind of life you want to live. Sonia, we keep talking about reframing when it comes to getting rid of that inner critic. How do you reframe your people, your tribe's mind so that they become empowered in their life?
I go back to source, I go back to, obviously we've spoken about the stories that they tell themselves. That's one process and that's one way of doing it. But I want to just reignite them, meaning that the reasons why they're, again, stopping themselves is, it's a story that they made real, blah, blah. But number two is like, I want them to be clear on the definition that they want in their life. Because maybe you were taught as a child that, you were a mom and a mom just took care of the kids and you couldn't start up your side business. So you just stop yourself because you don't even know that it's possible. Or maybe you were told in your business that, making 100K is good enough. You don't have to go for the mil, the 5 mil, the 10 mil. So you just stop yourself. Or maybe having a nice body meant, just going to the gym once or twice a week. And you decided maybe that's what's meant for me. So
Listen,
what I want,
Go ahead.
Like what I want your audience to maybe think about today, just think, what if there was more out there for you? What if there was your ideal relationship? What if there was a phenomenal business that you love? What if there was a body that you just felt so healthy in and that you love to work out or do sports or go outside? And what if there are tribes that you would love?
I love it. You heard it here, folks. Exhilarating, enlightening conversation with the incredible Coach Sonia. Follow her and visit her website, coachsonia.com. Thank you for listening. It's your host, Dawood Bedrosian. You're listening to Real Sense Now.